All right, Brendan, so this is that last driver you hit. No, not the last driver. This was about 4 or 5 drives ago after you've hit pretty many slices, about 6 or 8 slices after you killed the first 4 or 5, with your head, you trying to make your head go forward through the ball instead of being leaned back through the impact area. So this one was a good, strong ball that started to the right and had just a scotia draw, kind of ended up on top of the red flag. But there's a much better look through impact, where your head's not leaned back like we saw earlier today. And here, like I said, all these looked on plane nicely to me. And they all started on about this same path. See what I mean? A little right of the red flag. Just that most of them sliced from there. So that's what I say, man. You're on the plane line beautifully there. Just want to get those hands turned over a little bit earlier. The timing of it. It's where you're accustomed now to your head being in a much different place at impact than what we starting out today with that driver. See there, your head at impact now is in a much different place on this last batch of about 15 drivers than that. So that's to be expected. Again, and easier, like a lot of things, or like some things, easier with the iron. You know, to kind of still get that same good ball flight than with the driver. There's the different look, buddy, through impact. Much more what we wanted, where you're on top of your left leg so much more. And again, you don't have quite that scrunched feeling look with your hands and arms, because your head's up better there. I like that a lot there, Brendan. Right, where's that down move right through impact with your head? It's kind of gone away. And then looking back again at the start today, you're kind of lined up left. And the plane line is still good. So you're getting that elegant little draw with most all the clubs. Like that, and your good distance. Again, you different conception of distance now, with those feet so much more solidly on the ground. Again, starting out today, that driver looks good, but that's one thought. As you can see, there's just that little kind of recoil. There's a lot of weight, you know, on that right foot through impact, because you've been keeping your legs more solidly, beautifully. But now what we want is to feel free, man, to let that head and upper body go toward the target. Like that. You won't have that head and upper body leaned back so much through impact. You can go ahead and hit it. It feels freer. All right? Any other thoughts or questions?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah. So that's the main thing, man.
This is Joel Suggs. I sure enjoyed meeting you down at the Cincinnati Golf Show this weekend and showing you your swing on the 2D equipment that I have. And so I want to take about 2 or 3 minutes to just show you around Meadowlinks. This is the studio I use in the winter for all my students. You see there's the down-the-line camera angle for our 2D equipment. And then we have a face-on camera angle also. And then what we also have here is 3D equipment to where I can show you your swing from 6 different camera angles with this 3D equipment. And we can get your swing from down to the 1/120th of a second in terms of exactly what your hips, shoulders, and hands are doing in the swing. And then also, I have the most realistic hitting turf I've ever seen from puttersedge.com. So when you hit your full shots, it feels as realistic as possible. And then I have 3 different green speeds for you to practice your putting. 9.5 on the step meter, 10.5 on the step meter, and 12.5 on the step meter. That's benefited my students tremendously. And then also I have a lot of learning aids like this Smart Stick. You can see the rest of those learning aids over here in my bag that we can work on to help you learn the certain fields in the golf swing that you and I both want. And then also I help my students a lot with their equipment through the winter. This is a frequency analyzer where we twang your club and it gives us a reading here. And then also we plot your whole set, each club on these lines to see if the set is really matched or not. Quite often they aren't, and it helps my students tremendously when they find out what clubs are the offending clubs. Then if we get tired of being indoors and we want to go outdoors and hit some, we can do that. It's my daughter. Ellie, good to see you. I haven't seen her in weeks. No wonder you've been gone, Ellie. You've been out here playing in the snow all this time. But this is our natural turf area. This is closed until April, as you can see. But it's a fantastic area where we can step outside and hit some balls and get some real ball flight. Or, if we get pretty satisfied that things are looking better on the video here, we're kind of cooped up inside and want to go outside, we can step on out and hit balls and see real ball flight for about 5 or 10 or 15 minutes, however long you and I can stand the cold, out into the air, and we see them land at these different flags. I have a yardage book for this driving range. It's the first one I've ever seen in my life where we know exactly what it is with the front, back, and middle of each green. And again, the covered area here is heated, so we stay out there for about 5, 10, 15 minutes, like I said. It enables us to see some ball flight, and then we get satisfied that things are looking the way we want, and we come back inside, take off our coat, and look again at the video equipment to see how your swing's looking, to make sure that you understand it. And then notice too, my exercise ball up top here, and then also, so I help my students a lot with their fitness through the winter, and then I will help you also with your sports psychology, with your golf psychology from the golfpsych.com people down in Texas. That's helped my students tremendously a lot over the years too. So again, I sure enjoyed meeting you down at the Cincinnati Golf Show this weekend. I look forward to seeing you again out here this summer at Meadowlinks, or even right now in the winter. I have a lot of people that work on their games with me right through the winter. Check out more information about the things I do to help you at joelsuggs.com. Take care.